Hi everyone, it's Phil from Ashland Leather. Happy Friday, and I'm starting off today with a new flash sale. So check out this John the Fox in natural shell Cordovan. That is a really beautiful shell on this piece. We've got several of these, and they're all equally nice. Just look at the luster on that one. And on the inside, what makes this extra special is we've paired it with a color 8 shell Cordovan interior. It's really difficult for us to get the naturally thin pieces of shell that we require for the inside of the John the Fox. If we use regular shells, this wallet just gets way too thick. So only about 10% or so of the shells that we get are appropriately thin for the inside of this wallet. And this will be going up on the flash sale by the time you see this video. So definitely check it out on there. And first, let's just take a look at how this one loads up. So on the inside of the John the Fox, you can see we have 6 card slots. There's also 2 hidden slots. There's this hidden slot underneath the stack of 3 on the left and a hidden slot underneath the stack of 3 on the right. There's also a bill slot in the back. So we do have a handful of these. If you're interested in them, I wouldn't really wait around too long, because these shell Cordovan wallets tend to go pretty quickly, especially when they're on sale. If you have any questions about this one, definitely feel free to ask in the comments here below. Alright, we're moving on to some of the stuff that I'm shipping out today. This is just a selection of some of the items. So as always, if you don't see yours in here, don't be too alarmed. But let's start off first with this Fat Herbie. I love the Fat Herbie in color 8 Chrome Excel. The Fat Herbie's my favorite wallet. I just like how it sits in my pocket. And I also find it the easiest to access cash in this back slot, and the cards on the inside. I just really had to show you this one because the color 8 Chrome Excel on this is just like perfectly smooth. And if you've been watching the videos this week, this has been sort of a Chrome Excel week. We started off showing different swatchbook colors of Chrome Excel, and then the last couple days I had been polishing my Chrome Excel boots. So I figured it would be good to show more Chrome Excel today, and this is a natural Chrome Excel John the Fox. This one has a mock interior, and it seems like the non-shell Cordovan John the Foxes are selling out pretty quickly. There's one left of this one. The English tan is also sold out right now, but we are restocking those, so definitely send me an email if you want to reserve the next one. But I think I'm going to have them in about 3 or 4 weeks. So here's a really special Frank the Enforcer in black marbled shell Cordovan. You can see a good range of different versions of the marbled shell on this one. I should say more of like a range of color. So you can really see how it ranges from that black to sort of a bluish, greenish black, all the way to that bottom left corner there where it's more of a tan color. And I know that the person that's receiving this one watches these videos, so congratulations on this wallet. It's looking really good, and I'm excited for you to have it. Next up here, I've got my favorite shell Cordovan color on a Bugs Moran. This is the Amaretto shell Cordovan. And you can really see the depth of color on this one depending on what angle I turn it. So on this angle, you can see it's a really vibrant sort of orangey tan, and when I pull it back, it's more of a deeper sort of golden brown, which is really neat how much color this has in it, and it just changes every which way you look at it. And I really like that about the Amaretto shell Cordovan. It's a really clean looking Bugs Moran. On all these bugs, I just really love the form factor as well. It fits really well in your hand. So for that reason, I think this Bugs Moran is one of my favorites. All right, so let's move on here. I've got some irregular wallets that I'd like to share with you. These will be going up under the featured items on our sale page on the website. And I've got 4 different irregulars to show you today. They're all Tony the Ants. And let's start with this first one here. This is a black marbled shell Cordovan Tony the Ant. And the shells on this are really cool. This one has a lot of that green going on, but what's interesting is it also has a lot of red going on, especially on this front right pocket. And on the wrong side, or where the ink stamp is on the center of this wallet, has more of that red. And I think the way that contrasts looks really cool. This one, we actually had a hard time figuring out why we downgraded it to an irregular. There's just some very small scuffs and scratches on this that are actually really hard for us to see. This one's borderline normal, and I'd say it's the cleanest out of all the irregulars here. Up next, I have another Tony the Ant. This one is in a really beautiful color number 4 shell Cordovan. If you're not familiar with color 4, you might know from the name that it should sound similar to color 8, and it's roughly half the amount of dye used from the color 8 to the color 4. So it's a reddish brown, sort of a medium brown with those red overtones that I really like. Until recently, this was my favorite shell color. And this one also has a really great Horween ink stamp on the inside. Unfortunately, this one has a really tiny little dot, like a little hole on the bottom right underneath the logo in the bottom right corner. It's super hard to see. So this one we had to make an irregular for that reason, but otherwise it's just an absolutely awesome wallet. All right, up next I have another Tony the Ant in black marbled shell Cordovan. You can see this one is very different than the other. It is more greenish, and the middle piece here is very black, and the inside is more of the green and orange tones. It's a little bit more consistent on this one, where the other one had more wild ranging color to it. And this one we had to downgrade as an irregular for just, it's really sad because there's just very faint scratches that might not even translate on this video on the outside here, and just very, very tiny faint scratches that you might have a hard time seeing. And definitely when you start using this one, those will blend in and you won't really notice it. All right, the last wallet of the day and the last irregular, in fact, this is the last wallet of the week, is a natural shell Cordovan Tony the Ant. This is an irregular as well, but it's really great looking on the outside. That's perfect on the outside and very close to perfect on the inside. There's just one little spot right here where I can't really tell what that is. There's like a little smear going on right there on the card holder, and it's really not that bad, especially when you start to wear this one. I don't think you'll really mind it or even notice it. But this is just a really great way to end a really nice week. This natural shell Cordovan, which is super special. So thanks for checking everything out today and this week. Appreciate you guys, and I'll be back again next week with some more stuff. All right, see ya.